everybody, I'm Nikki Schoenfeld with MauiNow.com, and we're here with Lee Potts from Aloha Group Maui and KW Island Living, and he's going to give us a little inside scoop on the current real estate market on Maui. So, Lee, talk to me about the current market on Maui. Is it more geared towards a seller's market or a buyer's market?
Okay, that's a good question. So first thing to understand is what's the difference between a seller's market and a buyer's market. So it's as simple as supply and demand. So if we just look at residential market, the median selling price was $700,000 last month in May. So median means that half the homes that sold were priced under $700,000 and half sold for over $700,000. So in real estate, we refer to the number of homes on the market as the inventory. So if we look at that number of sales in the current inventory, there were 49 sales below $700,000, and currently there are 129 homes for sale priced under $700,000. So in terms of inventory, if there are an abundance of buyers and not that many homes for sale, then it's a seller's market. So if you go to the other side, homes that are for sale over $700,000, there are 48 sales last month, and there are 405 homes for sale. So that's enough inventory to last for over 8.5 months. So that makes it a bit more of a buyer's market. If you jump up even a little bit higher, which is not uncommon here on Maui, to homes priced at $1.5 million, well, last month there were only 15 sales, but we have 215 homes for sale. So that is very much a buyer's market above $1.5 million.
Do you see that switching or changing anytime in the near future?
You know, it's hard to imagine that that can sustain itself, but right now I still see prices rising. I don't see any slowdown on that. I still see inventory declining. We're still seeing multiple offers in some cases. And on Maui, it's very much area-centric. So the west side is different than the south side. It's different from central, is different from upcountry.
So in this current market, is it better to take the more affordable option and buy a condo and have a mortgage with the HOA fees, or do you just buy the house and pay off the mortgage?
That's a good question, and it's really, I think, a very personal question for the buyer, because if it's just about numbers, which it's never just about the numbers, but buyers who look at the HOA fees as being high and maybe a house would be a better option need to understand that HOA fees include all of the maintenance of the exterior of that building, all of the grounds, everything that has to be done in and around that property. So if you were to buy a house, and if every month you set aside money to replace the roof in 20 years, and if every month you set aside money to paint the house when it needs to be painted, replace the plumbing when it needs to be replaced, factor in all of your maintenance costs, all of your interior maintenance, and so on and so forth, would the number really be that different? So I think it really does come down to a lifestyle choice. What kind of property do you need to fit your lifestyle? So do you need space? Do you want privacy? Are you good with having neighbors next door? I think that's really more what it comes down to be.
Right now, is it better to buy or to continue renting for some Maui residents?
So I have a bias that it's better to buy, but I do have a couple of concrete examples. We had a condo for sale. It was a studio condo in a complex, and I had a young couple walk in, and we were just chatting, and they talked about how much rent they were paying in the same building for the same footprint. And I just did some quick calculations, and it turned out that what they would be paying on a mortgage, and this was with 5% down, so what they would be paying for a mortgage with property taxes and maintenance fees, all their other expenses, was less than the rent they were paying at the time. And they left and came back in about a half an hour, and I mean, I just feel so good. They have their own place, and she said, this is our dream, to own a property on Maui. So, I mean, that's that really goes to the heart. I also just did some quick calculations on a neighborhood over here in West Maui because we've sold a few homes up there in the last year. We know what the rental rates are, and if you were to buy a home up there, put 20% down, your monthly nut with property taxes and the association fee there would be $4,300 a month. And the homes that are similar that are renting up there are renting between $4,000 and $4,500 a month. So is it better to own the home, earn equity in the home, and have the deductibility, I'm not a CPA, so I can't really talk about that, of your mortgage payments? Is it better to have that, or is it better to keep paying rent?
If we're talking about 20% down, is 20% down always a requirement? I know you said that that couple had 5%.
Right.
Where does it, what factors into if 20% down is the requirement?
So 20% down that's the common down payment for conventional loans. But there are a lot of other loan programs right now. I mean, there are 0% down loan programs. There's 3.5%, there's 5%. There are a wide variety of loan options, and most loan officers can talk somebody through that. Most realtors can help somebody figure out what the property qualifies for, because the property has to qualify for certain types of loans. But that's kind of a whole nother topic to get into. I think the main thing is if somebody's really wants to buy a home, they need to get connected with a good realtor, a good loan officer, somebody that's going to work for them, and try to figure it out, because it's mostly figure outable.
Thank you so much, Lee.